The roar of a packed stadium, Yokohama, 2019. This is it, the biggest game in world rugby. The clock hits 21 minutes. A giant in green and gold, number 4 on his back, makes a thunderous textbook tackle, but doesn't get up. His arm hangs, his face a mask of pure agony. This is Lood de Jager. On the greatest day of his team's life, he's living a personal catastrophe. His Rugby World Cup final is over. The screen goes black. Then, a new image, the same giant, but his face is one of grim determination in a sterile gym. This isn't a story just about winning. It's about what happens when your body betrays you at the worst possible moment. It's about the silent, grueling hours spent fighting your way back when the cameras are off. How does a man go from being broken on the world's biggest stage to even dream of climbing the mountain all over again? This is a story of a body pushed to its absolute limit and a spirit that simply refused to shatter. To understand the breakdowns, you first have to understand what was built. Lood de Jager, known to everyone as Lood, was never just another player. He was and is a physical phenomenon. Standing at a colossal 6.9 and weighing 125 kilograms, he's a skyscraper in a game of warriors. But his journey wasn't some preordained path to greatness. Born in Alberton, de Jager wasn't a prodigy, fast-tracked through elite systems. He was a story of pure grit, playing for his high school, Hoërskool Huguenote, then for the Leopards youth team. His first professional step were quiet ones. He was even selected for the senior Leopards Currie Cup squad in 2021 and didn't get a single minute of game time. For many, that could have been the end. For Lood, it was just the beginning. His dominant performance in the Under-21 Championship were impossible to ignore, and soon the Free State Cheetahs came calling. It was there, in the furnace of Super Rugby, that the world started to see what he could do. A line-out general, a monstrous defender, and a workhorse with a surprising turn of pace for a man his size. In 2014, the ultimate call-up came. He made his Springbok debut, symbolically replacing the legendary Bakkies Botha a year later at the 2015 World Cup. He inherited the line-out calling duties from another icon, Victor Matfield. The message was clear. A new giant was here to command South African skies. His rise was cemented when he was named the 2015 SA Rugby Player of the Year, the youngest person to win the award in a decade. He was no longer just a player, he was a pillar, the cornerstone of the Springbok pack. But the brutal truth of professional rugby is that the biggest trees fall the hardest, and Lood was about to fall, again and again. A pro rugby player's career is a constant grinding, negotiating with pain. But for Lood de Jager, that negotiation became a relentless, brutal war. His body, the very instrument of his dominance, turned into a personal battleground. The list of major injuries is just staggering. It wasn't just one bad knock. It was a cascade of catastrophic setbacks that would have ended most careers. His 2018 season was decimated by injury, limiting him to just 10 appearances. Then came 2019, a year that should have been a triumph march to the World Cup. Instead, it started with surgery on the right shoulder, sidelining him for months. He fought his way back with superhuman resolve to be fit for the World Cup in Japan. He was immense, a titan in the Springbok engine room that bullied its way to the final. And then, devastation. Just 21 minutes into the biggest game of his life, a tackle goes wrong. He dislocates his other shoulder, the left one. As his teammates went on to lift the trophy, Lood was in the doctor's room, pumped with morphine, his tournament ending in haze of pain and shattered personal glory. The diagnosis was grim. 4 to 6 months out. A delayed start to his new contract with English club Sale Sharks, and another mountain of rehab to climb. As if 2 shoulder reconstructions weren't enough, the hits kept coming. In April 2021, a freak training ground accident at Sale resulted in a broken tibia and a torn meniscus. Teammates and coaches heard the bone snap. Lood himself describes his reaction as a primal scream of no, a man just shocked by his own horrific luck. He began to wonder if his body was even built for this game, if he was fighting a battle he could never win. After a 4th operation, a failed shoulder surgery that needed a bone graft from his own hip, the doubt was immense. Each comeback was met with another breakdown. He was trapped in a torturous cycle. This is the part of the story with no roaring crowd. There are no commentators, no highlight reels. This is the unseen journey, fought in the sterile quiet of a gym and a physio's room. It's the story of a man trying to rebuild a body that kept falling apart. The recovery from the 2019 World Cup was a brutal place to start. While his country celebrated, Lood was facing another complex shoulder surgery. The initial 6-month recovery was a massive mental blow. He moved to his new club, Sale Sharks, not as a star signing ready to dominate, but as a broken player starting from square one. The mental toll was enormous. De Jager has admitted that after the fourth major surgery, he started to ask himself if it was all worth it. He questioned whether he could keep subjecting his body to this punishment, whether he'd even be able to throw a ball with his kids one day. This wasn't just about playing rugby anymore. It was about his quality of life. Each grueling rehab session, each painful stretch, each lonely workout was a test of his character. He found an escape in his family. With a wife and younger children, he had a world outside the relentless cycle of injury and recovery. It gave him perspective and helped him keep the darkness from creeping in those long layoffs. But the competitor inside just refused to quit. He would say that his 2019 winners medal was a fair trade-off for the pain, a reward for all the hard work. The mindset fueled his comeback. Remarkably, he recovered from the broken leg in just 3 months, fighting his way back to feature in the 2021 British and Irish Lions series. He was finding a way to turn the unimaginable setbacks into fuel. This unseen journey, defined by pain, doubt, and sheer perseverance, was forging something new. It was breaking him down, but in the process, it was building something unbreakable. There isn't one magic pill for recovery like Lood de Jager. The solution was a process, a gradual and painful forging of a new kind of strength. It was about more than just healing. It was about learning to manage a body that had been through a war. His time at Sale Sharks in England was pivotal. It was there he suffered the freak leg break, but it was also where he proved he could still compete at the highest level of club rugby. His comeback from the 2021 Lions series was a monumental achievement, a testament to his accelerated healing and force of will. Later that year, he earned his 50th Test cap for the Springboks, a milestone that seemed almost impossible just a few months early. A major change came in 2022 with his move to Japan. Saitama Wild Knights, the Japanese rugby league, has a less punishing schedule, which offered a crucial advantage: more downtime for a player managing a body with two metal shoulders. As a former coach joked, this was a game changer. The schedule allowed for more rest, more dedicated rehab, and more time to meticulously look after a body that needed constant maintenance. He could build into a season, strengthening his body instead of just surviving from game to game. But just when it all seemed he had it finally found a sustainable path, disaster struck again, this time in a far more terrifying form. In the build up to the 2023 Rugby World Cup, he was withdrawn from a test match because of chest problems. The diagnosis was pericarditis, an inflammation of the sac around the heart, likely from training with an underlying viral infection. He described it as feeling like someone was sitting on his chest, a suffocating pressure that was utterly terrifying. Doctors told him if he had kept training, the outcome could have been fatal. The timing was devastating. Diagnosis the day before the World Cup squad was announced. He was forced to miss the tournament. He was forbidden from letting his heart rate go above 100 beats per minute. No training, just complete rest. It was a different kind of recovery, not of a muscle and a bone, but of a vital organ. And yet, even in this, there was a strange gratitude. The condition was found. He was alive. The journey would continue, now with an even deeper appreciation for every moment on the field. After the hard scare that stole his 2023 World Cup dream, many thought Lood de Jager's career might finally be over. The series of brutal injuries, capped by a life-threatening condition, felt like a definitive end. But they seriously underestimated the man's spirit. His return to the field in Japan in January 2024, just months after his diagnosis, was nothing short of miraculous. He said he felt like a kid again. When he first ran out to the practice with his teammates, the game was no longer just a job, it was a blessing. This new perspective fueled his performance for the Wild Knights. He wasn't just playing, he was playing with a clear sense of joy and gratitude. But because this is the Lood de Jager story, the injury curse struck one more time. In the Japan Rugby League One final, he tore his rotator cuff, requiring yet another major shoulder surgery, another setback, another grueling rehab. By now, though, the pattern was familiar. The process of breaking down and building back up had become part of his very identity. His relentless work paid off. Against all odds, he recovered and returned to the field for the Wild Knights, proving once again that his determination was a force of nature. He was back, dominating in one of the world's top leagues. A resurrected force who had been through shoulder reconstruction, a broken leg, a heart condition that nearly cost him everything. Lood de Jager's story isn't a fairy tale where the injuries magically stop. It's the real life story of a champion who has been fundamentally reshaped by his trials and has learned to master them. His journey has redefined what it is meant to be a top tier athlete. It's no longer just about dominance on a Saturday. It's about the meticulous, year round management of a body pushed beyond its natural limits. He now plays with a constant awareness of his body's fragility. Knowing every game is a gift, the perspective, born from years of pain and uncertainty, has given him a unique appreciation for his career. As he says, "You do not know what you've got till it's gone." This mentality has become his new armor. The physical scars are permanent, the failed surgeries, the bone grafts, the metal in his shoulders, they are all part of him now. He found his motivation through the darkest times in his family, and in the simple belief that he could still contribute, that he still had value to add if he could just get his body right. From the broken young man on the pitch in Yokohama to a reclaimed champion marshalling one of Japan's top teams, Lood de Jager's journey is a powerful lesson. It teaches us that true strength isn't about avoiding weakness or never breaking. True strength is the will to put yourself back together, time and time again, to stand even taller than before. He is more than just a rugby player. He is a masterclass in resilience, broken, rebuilt, and ultimately unbreakable. What did you find the most inspiring about Lood de Jager's incredible journey? Let us know in the comments below. And if you love stories about unbreakable spirits of athletes, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss a video. From the highest high to the most crushing lows, Lood de Jager's career is a testament to the human will. It is a story that reminds us that while our bodies may have limits, the spirit to overcome is boundless. Thanks for watching.